Carriere NASCAR driver Kyle Busch in big trouble.
I don't think money's ever been the objective or ever been the issue.
The battle that Kyle Busch is having to find a sponsor for the NASCAR Cup Series is getting harder and harder. There's not much time left. It's the first time in Kyle Busch's career that there isn't a clear answer to the question of whether or not he would change teams or sponsors. And right now, he's in the middle of both of those processes. Today, we investigate the reasons why this is occurring, as well as the reasons why it's possible that Kyle Busch won't have a ride next year. In addition, some NASCAR Cup teams are testing the next-gen model in Daytona, and Kyle Busch has gotten himself into conflict with NASCAR officials yet again. What path did Kyle Busch take to reach this position in his career? Hey guys, welcome back to NASCAR Zone. In today's video, we are going to discuss why Kyle Busch is in big trouble. So stay with us till the end of this video, so you don't miss out on any of this information. But before we proceed, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell symbol so that you don't miss out on any of our wonderful videos in the future. And let's get started. Sports NASCAR racing car driver Kyle Busch will have to undergo sensitivity training because he used a word that disparaged people with intellectual disabilities. After coming in second place and being knocked out of the NASCAR Cup Series race that took place over the weekend in Virginia, Busch granted an interview to a reporter during the post-race conversation. During the conversation, Busch expressed his indignation at one of his competitors, Brad Keselowski, for not living up to expectations. Specifically, he attacked Keselowski's ability as a driver and used derogatory words to describe him. It was a Harvick impersonation that he was attempting to pull off, to put it another way.
Race for race wins and race for championships, and that's what everybody's striving for. That's the first.
To what end? For the position of runner-up. For what purpose? That was not going to be acceptable to him in any capacity. Freaking R-word. So foolish. These gentlemen are beyond my comprehension. What I should do right now is beat the shit out of him. And I should do it right now, remarked Busch over the course of his interview. Busch soon moved to his personal Twitter page later that night to apologize for his use of the slur, but it was already too late. The racer will receive a severe punishment. On November 1, 2021, NASCAR made the announcement that the racing organization would need Kyle Busch to undergo sensitivity training for his use of the slur. According to the announcement made by the organization, he will start going through the training in the year 2022 and will finish it before the beginning of the next season in June of the same year. Keselowski, the one who was the subject of Busch's insult, took to Twitter in order to respond to the comments made by Busch. In spite of this, he chose to act in a mature and kind manner by expressing sympathy for his competitor and going on to discuss his own feelings of regret at the outcome of the race. What path did Kyle Busch take to reach this position in his career? It would not be the first time that Busch has used harsh language on live television, and he is also well known for the profanity-laced commentary that he provides in interviews. But this is unquestionably the first time he has ever used a derogatory term in public, and the response was quick. Please consider subscribing and liking the video if you enjoyed it, and let us know your opinion in the comment box. In the early days, and in the world of competitive racing, Kyle Thomas Busch, who would later become a prominent figure in NASCAR, was born on May 2, 1985, in Las Vegas, Nevada. It should be noted that he is the younger brother of another racing car driver, Kurt Busch, who is likewise 6 years his senior and was born earlier. According to Essentially Sports, their father is Tom Busch, who worked as a mechanic and competed in racing in the past. Because both Kyle Busch's father and elder brother are involved in auto racing, it was only logical for him to pursue a career in the sport at some point in his life. In point of fact, he got his start in the racing industry by helping his father fix race cars before going on to compete in the races himself. It was with Racing Woodies that he got his start in the world of competitive racing when he was just 13 years old. When Kyle Busch first began racing in races, the young man quickly amassed a string of victories that numbered in the dozens. However, despite the fact that he made his official debut as a NASCAR professional driver in 2001 when he was just 16 years old. The organization later changed its age restriction to 18 years old, and he had to wait an additional 2 years before he could tear the racetrack again. Now let's talk about Kyle Busch's NASCAR career. The beginning of Kyle Busch's career got off to an impressive beginning. As soon as he turned 18, he did not waste any time and immediately registered for a number of different competitions. In 2004, he was awarded the Rookie of the Year title for accomplishing something that no other rookie had been able to do before him. He won 5 races. One of his first successful racing seasons was in 2006, and this was only the beginning. A career milestone also arrived for Busch in 2007, when he landed in the top ranks numerous times. Up to this point in his career, Kurt Busch has triumphed in 2 NASCAR Cup races, and he has qualified for the final round of competition 5 years in a row. The illustrious driver now holds the record for accumulating the most victories in the organization's Xfinity Series and Camping World Truck Series competitions combined. At this point, he is placed 7th in the standings for the NASCAR Cup Series, which places him just 2 positions higher than his brother Kurt and 3 spots farther behind Brad Keselowski. Please consider subscribing and liking the video if you enjoyed it, and let us know your opinion in the comment box. He's BN in TROULB4. After insulting another driver with the O word, NASCAR has decided that Kyle Busch must undergo educational sensitivity training. Some people are curious as to whether or not this is the first time that Busch has been penalized by the organization. But that's not the case. NASCAR levied a punishment of $50,000 against Busch over 2 months ago for breaking safety procedures. In addition, in June of this past year, he came dangerously near to striking a car while participating in a racing event. Yet, he was not penalized in any way for his actions. In addition to this, Busch is notorious for using foul language frequently while being interviewed after races. His tremendously competitive mentality, which frequently manifests itself in the form of a furious temper when he comes in second place in a race, is well known among fans of motorsports. In 2019, after he was defeated in a race, he refused to give an interview and instead walked out while yelling obscenities at the media who were following him. He has been given many monetary warnings and was even forced to miss a single competition because of his conduct. Aside from his involvement in NASCAR, he has a history of legal issues. After pleading guilty to the charges in 2011, he was sentenced to lose his license for speeding at a rate of 128 miles per hour. Angier and apologize. Kyle Busch is well aware of the fact that he is not used to controversy. In point of fact, he admits on his own website that he has a short fuse and a fiery disposition. Unfortunately, this animosity has seeped into practically every part of his professional life and career. As if his erratic post-race comments and walk-offs weren't enough, he's been heard berating other racers on the radio. What do you think about Kyle when he was in his peak? Do let us know in the comments section below. During the race at Kansas Speedway on October 24, only 1 week before Busch used a slur on national television, he was heard violently lashing out over the radio. The event was held at Kansas Speedway, while he and fellow NASCAR racer Bubba Wallace were vying for a position on the track. Busch became frustrated and vented his frustration by yelling over the radio. After the event, Busch sent his condolences to Wallace for the response he had given. When he caused a significant collision on the track in 2020, he apologized to driver Chase Elliott. He also apologized for bumping a car over the summer. And that's it for today, guys. We sincerely hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please click on the like button and share it with your friends and family. If you have any questions or comments, please share them with us in the comment space below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see even more of our incredible videos. You can also check out our other videos that have been specially selected for you. We'll catch up in the next video.